Welcome to Break On Through, the podcast where we talk to up-and-coming musicians about their journey to the top, from where they started and where they're going. And today we have DJ Insomnium, also known as Ben Anderson. What's going on, Ben?
Not much. Kind of just chilling today,
Hanging out.
waiting. Yeah.
Waiting for the show to start?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, so what we like to do on here is we like to cover as many bases as we can, starting from the beginning of basically where you started off with music. And I usually like to bring my guests on. And what were your earliest musical influences? What made you decide that you were into music?
Well, if we're going to the absolute earliest,
The very beginning.
the very, the very,
The
very,
very
beginning.
beginning.
Um, my full name is Benjamin, but it's pronounced by my family as Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Because when
Nice.
I was in the womb, every time I heard any kind of classic rock, I would kick the crap out of my mouth.
Oh, so we're going straight up still
Oh,
the
yeah.
umbilical cords attached here.
You know, man, I've been headbanging since the womb.
That's awesome, man.
But yeah, going forward from there, I mean, I listened to a lot of Aerosmith. Like I remember going and taking naps to Pink
Nice, man. That's
by
awesome.
Aerosmith. And from there, it really, classic rock was really influential. And then around the 2000s, when music really blew up,
Mhm.
like 2004, 2005, I wasn't very old.
So this is kind of like
Um,
when you kind of found your own little niche of music that you were really into.
yeah,
Okay.
like I think I was like 8 when Fergalicious came out and
Yeah.
One Two Step
Yeah, oh yeah, that's the
and
good stuff.
all those classic, just
Yeah.
you know. And then Empire State of Mind was next, and it came, all these great artists. Like people, a lot of people don't like Akon. I love his music.
I love Akon. I think he's great.
He's awesome.
He changed that era of hip hop. He was doing something that other people just weren't doing. His music was
Yeah.
great. I don't know why anybody wouldn't like him. It's good.
Oh yeah. It was
Locked Up. I love that. That was my jam.
yeah,
That was a good
yeah.
song.
Or I'm So Paid's another good one.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Man, you're
That
bringing you're
oh
bringing me
man,
back, dude.
that's a good one for
But
the car.
I was in I had to have been in my early to mid 20s when all that was coming out. So I was like, yeah, it was the right time for me.
Oh yeah. It was the right time for music, really.
Oh yeah.
The world was I don't want to talk about it really, but
Oh, we can talk shit. It doesn't. We
2001
can we
was
can
not
talk
a
shit on
very
here.
good year for anyone.
No.
And, coming forward from that, I think we've really grown, from music and just how it's evolved. But also, you know, I don't want to be this guy, but I have to say that hip hop has kind of taken a step back.
Oh,
There isn't
bet.
really
Big time.
a whole lot of artists that are really putting something out there that people want to listen to, but also want their kids to listen to, because
Yeah.
you know I
It
don't want music to be taking it to a level where if my kids listen to it, they might be influenced to do something like that,
something negative.
something like whatever they're saying. And a
Yeah.
lot of it is drugs and alcohol and stuff like
It's all
that. And
drugs. It's all drugs and alcohol now. The music now isn't. It's not even really. There's nothing to it. There's no substance to it anymore,
no,
and that's
I
a
mean,
shame.
I got 2 rappers that I actually listen to, and I used to listen to Chris Webby a lot.
I
'Cause,
like Chris
he
Webby.
made rapper up about drugs, but he knows what he's talking
I
about.
love I love his political ones. What are they called?
Raw thoughts.
Raw Thoughts. I love those.
Yeah,
Those bars are
those
sick.
are awesome.
Yeah, those are good.
I wish Hobson would make a comeback.
Yeah. Hobson was another one.
Hobson,
Hobson was ill.
have you heard? I don't know if it is Hobson, but there's a song called Bella Ciao.
I don't know that one. So I don't know. I'm not sure who it is.
think it's Hobson.
Listen, when when
He's
Hobson and
got his
stuff was coming
octave.
out, I was really at the end of kind of like my hip hop listening days because right around that time, mumble rap was really big, and I can't fucking stand mumble rap. I will never, I will never like it ever.
Yeah, it's I can't. Like
It's terrible.
I one of my friends used to listen to it, and I would just shut it off.
It's terrible.
Like
It's terrible. Doesn't make
there
any
was one
sense.
time we were sitting in a McDonald's drive-through, and he was just bumping some trash music. So I turned his car off. I was like, "No,
Terrible.
you can't do this. Not here.
Awful. So
Not no."
so tell me. So you told me before we started recording that. Well, actually, nobody really knows except for the intro that I did. But you're a DJ, and from what I can tell, you mostly make dubstep music. But you were
Yeah.
telling me before we recorded that you actually started out playing guitar.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. Yep.
when did you start? Well, like when did you decide that you were going to play guitar? Like, did you have an influence in your life? Like, did your dad play, or was it just something you wanted to do? Like, how'd you get into that?
Yeah. So pretty much when I was like, I want to say like 6 or 7, I had a stepdad who was like really, really into playing guitar, and he could play like Johnny Be Good and all these other really good songs. He taught me how to play Fade to Black and, the E, A, D,
Yeah.
all the chords. And, I never really pursued it until I was older, but um, I had a lot of time to kill.
Let's go.
But yeah, I got a hell of a story here.
All right, let's hear it.
But yeah, so I was like 8 or 9, and I just, I kept begging and begging for him to teach me, and he really didn't want to. He said he was a bad teacher, and he just didn't want to. And so the first
My
song
dad told me the same thing.
yeah, he, I mean, he always seemed really happy when he was playing guitar, even though he was a little rough around the edges, but he was just like in a zone when he was playing guitar. And I was like, well, I want to be able to do that.
Hell yeah.
And for a while, honestly, like playing my guitar was my stress release. I was just going in, like I would literally just be sitting there doing chords, and I'm like, oh, that sounds like hit me with your best shot. Oh, where do you got to go to make it,
Rad.
to do the rest
Yeah.
of that?
Playing by ear and picking it up. That's cool.
Yeah, it's and I messed around a lot like that, and then I ended up, you know, I guess composing my own songs, but not really. Like I don't know how to read music,
Yeah, me
and
either.
I used to when I was in high school, but like, I was in high school band for a while too. I grew up in a really small town, so
So
band was
what were
like
you playing in high school band? What was your instrument
I was
there?
playing French horn.
Nice. Hey, that's actually pretty
Yep.
cool.
It was, I mean, a lot of people don't understand how brass instruments are played. It takes a lot of like, cheek, mouth muscles. I don't even like at a certain point your face just gives up.
Yeah.
Like
I'd imagine it's like I'm not trying to make a joke, but it's literally all the blowing, dude. It's got to be it's
it
constant.
is.
It's constant.
It's like you're giving this little mouthpiece. It's like this big, a raspberry that never ends. Like that's what you're doing. Like that's how you produce that sound is by like raspberrying into this mouthpiece.
So you've kind of like you. So you've been around music your whole life.
Oh yeah, I was in. I've done a lot. I was in high school choir, and when my choir teacher first, met me or whatever, like I was in there for a year, and I was pretty much leading the whole bass section. But I always wanted to sing tenor because I could, and she just never would because I needed to lead the bass section. And I didn't really look like a bass at all. I mean, I weighed like 110 pounds soaking wet until I was like 16, but I was in high school choir, and she did her first initial assessment of me, and she's like, wow, your tone is really just amazing. And I was like, so I'm good then? And she's like, you're better than most kids I've seen come through here.
Oh,
And
that's
I
cool.
was like, Well, that makes me feel good. But, and from there it went, I took my guitar and pretty much just got better and better and better at playing that. And then, yeah,
Nice.
I was I was in a lot of different places growing up.
That's cool,
Like
man. So did you ever like go anywhere with the guitar, or was it always just like? Cause me, like I talk about this on the show sometimes.
actually,
Like I'm a.
I got some really cool stuff to show you.
All right, let's see it. This will this will be cool.
So this used to be my
Oh,
baby.
that's nice. What is that? That's a.
This
It's for anybody
it's
listening.
a
It's an
wood
acoustic. Man, it's pretty sweet. That is a
it's a
nice.
woods
That's a
instrument.
nice.
But there's actually a big crack
That's
here.
okay. That's character.
Oh yeah. So that happened because I was riding around town with this strapped to my back on my longboard.
On your lawnmower? Oh,
No, my longboard.
I thought you said your lawnmower.
Oh no, I wish. No. That sounds like something you do down south.
I live down south, and it definitely sounds like something we would do down south. I was like, man, you really do live in a small town, huh?
Sounds like a good way to get a DUI. No.
Pretty much. Okay, so you were riding around on your longboard.
Yeah, dude, and I mean it got real windy, so I got going real slow, and there was a crack in the road because Milwaukee, there was a crack like 2-3 inches deep and about 4 inches wide, 20 inches long, and I just didn't see it, man. And
Oh, so you ate shit.
hit the crack and ate the dust.
Oh man. So you're riding along. You got your nice guitar on your back. You hit a crack, and you just eat shit and wipe out. And
Dude,
now your
so
guitar,
hard,
your guitar is just like
so
fuck.
hard. I mean,
Oh,
I was more like I didn't care. Like obviously it hurt, but I was like my
yeah.
guitar,
So did you ever like were you ever in any bands like with like as a guitar player or like play out anywhere or
Um,
anything? Coffee shops? Do you ever do anything with the guitar?
I tried in California. This is in California. My girlfriend cheated on me,
Oh,
and
that sucks.
I just left.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
call.
And I was going around and I was playing my guitar in front of Target and like
So you were busking.
Einstein Bagels. Oh yeah, I was
Nice.
definitely begging for money because I needed to get out of there.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you got the skills and you know what you're doing, fuck it, get paid for it.
Yeah, and I learned how to play like this will be the day that I die,
Yes, Oh yeah,
and
American
I would
Idol.
sing
Yeah.
that, and then I used to know all that. It's a little lost on me right now, but I could probably pick it up again.
Well, you've moved
But I was
on.
going around
You've moved on from it.
playing pretty much everywhere,
Hmm. That's cool.
until I had money to get a plane ticket, which eventually ended up in being really bad because Wells Fargo said I had money when I was in Houston airport, and I had stuff I wanted to buy, so I got it. But then, I got to Milwaukee, and I didn't have as much money as I thought I did.
Yeah, but hey, look, you went through some shit and you made it back home, and you
Oh
did it.
yeah,
You did it with
music
the
brought me
music.
here.
Yeah, exactly, and you got back home. So
Yep.
when did you? All right, I mean, I have a feeling you're going to have a lot to talk about what you're actually doing these days. So
Oh yeah.
what happened to get you to the point to starting a DJ? Like, how did you get into that?
All right. So this is also a story about the hardest I've ever worked in my life.
Awesome. That's good.
All
Hey,
right.
people want to hear this.
So,
It's people want to be inspired. There's people out there.
oh yeah.
Somebody might hear this and think I'm going to
So
work hard to do this too.
me and my girlfriend were having some issues where I was pretty sure she was gonna break up with me. So, whatever. We were working through the stuff, but I ended up going or getting a phone call late one night from my brother. I didn't, I just lost my job and my girlfriend was gonna break up with me. He's like, "Hey, do you want to come to North Dakota and work for like a month or two?" And I was like, I